A Jet Airways employee living in Nalasopara on the outskirts of Mumbai committed suicide by jumping off the 4th floor of his building. His name Shailesh Kumar Singh. He was suffering from cancer and non-payment of salaries had put him under huge stress. And his neighbors say that he has 4 children, one of whom also works in Jet Airways, the airways which has now been grounded.
It is very, very sad situation as of now. We were hoping that something like this would not happen, but it has happened. It had happened in the case of Kingfisher also. That time also government didn't do anything. Even now, we have been appealing to government. There have been protests all over the country, and we've been having silent march. It is an appeal again to the government to step in and to make sure that these things don't happen. The government can very well help us. And the appeal is to all the parties. It is not only to the ruling party, but to everyone, including the banks and all the stakeholders, to come forward and to help Jet Airways.
My colleague Saurabh Gupta now joins us on the phone line with more details on this tragic story. Saurabh, what is the latest you can get us? This happened in the outskirts of Nalasopara. So what is the latest that we have? What was the reason, exact reason behind this tragic incident?
Well, what we've been told by people close to the family is that he was suffering from cancer for a while. And what really pushed him over the edge was the fact that the lack of salaries and financial difficulties resulting from that perhaps led him to take the extreme step of killing himself, and he jumped off the fourth floor of his building. He has 2 sons and 2 daughters, and one of his sons also works for Jet Airways. And obviously the family was in a financial crisis given the fact that 2 earning members were not making any money while there was expenses on his treatment as well. And that is what neighbors of Shailesh Kumar Singh tell us that led him to take the extreme step of killing himself.
Right, Saurabh, but also there have been now a lot of protests over the grounding of the Jet Airways fleet, and many employees left in lurch. But currently, what are his neighbors, and is there an association of employees which are going to take any action in this regard?
Well, the associations of employees do exist, and they have appealed to the government, the banks, to sort of at least pump in some money so that pending salaries can be paid. But the question really is, banks don't want to take that risk. They don't want to pay any money. They don't want to pump in any money until and unless they're sure that the airline will actually be able to revive itself and fly again. And that itself is in doubt. Obviously, with several other simultaneous things happening. For example, people also, rival airlines are trying to fill in the gap created by Jet Airways. So obviously, the future is very, very bleak for Jet Airways, and employees associations have appealed to the banks to ensure that their dues are cleared. But really, at the moment, no one is listening, given the fact that the airline is grounded, there are no planes flying, dues haven't been paid for months, and the management response to any of these associations is that we are in talks with lenders to release some of the money so that we can, pay some of those dues and get planes back in the air.